welcome to the Happy Hippie Intuitive and to today's pick a card reading. Today's reading is going to be about spirit messages, so if you are interested in that, then stick around. Now, these are timeless readings, so whenever you found it, it was meant for you, and you must take what resonates and leave the rest, please. I will list the cards I use below, and I will also put timestamps below so you quick and easy can jump straight to your reading once you have picked your pile. And today you have 3 piles to pick from, pile number 1, 2, and 3. And there are also 3 different feathers to choose from today, and also 3 different crystals to help you choose. Now, the first crystal here is a rose quartz. The second is actually blue quartz, and the third one is Aventurin. So whether it be the crystals, the numbers, or the feathers that you're drawn to, use your intuition or ask your angels and guides to guide you to pick pile number 1, 2, or 3. Pause the video if you need more time, and I'll be back in a moment to start with number 1. Okay, so I'm just going to remove number 3 and number 2. And then we're going to start with you, number 1. Okay, number 1, so if you chose this rose quartz crystal with the blue feather, then this is a reading for you. I'll put it up here so it'll be part of your reading. Now, this card we're going to look at the very end, so I'm going to put that aside, and then we're going to shuffle and to find some oracle and tarot cards for you guys. So I'll put it over here, and we're going to start with some oracle cards today. I'm going to pick 3 oracle cards from this pile. And then I will get into the energies of those 3 cards and read those first. And then we're going to shuffle a little bit of the tarot cards, and we're going to pick some tarot cards to go with it, to go in depth. Okay, so let's see what you get. Okay, there was 1. And 2. And 3. Okay, so let's look at what you got, number 1. First card up, Wizard of Awareness, number 3. Second card, Magic Stream, number 18. Third card, Solitude, number 13. Okay. Let me just sink into the energies of these cards for a moment, and we will open up for Spirit to give messages. Just a second. Okay. Okay, so what I'm hearing are several things. So the first thing I'm hearing is a question from them to you. Are you in the flow? Are you accepting and just kind of going down the river stream, not trying to fight the waters, not trying to swim to the edge, you know, just kind of flowing along? Or are you trying to fight against the stream, is what I hear. So that was the first thing that came to me. And there is something about awareness. Are you aware? Are you present? Are you in the moment right now? Are you maybe too stressed out? Do you have too many thoughts in your head? Because I have this feeling, you see, that you are kind of fighting upstream, and that you're not just allowing things to unfold the way it is supposed to. We have a tendency to want things to be a certain way, and so we will fight and we will try and make it happen the way we want it to, but Spirit has another way, and the more you fight it, then the longer it's going to take for you to actually get where you're going to get. You know, so it's a matter of just allowing things to unfold the way it's supposed to. Now, the card of solitude comes up, and so when that comes up, I also have a feeling that, as I said, you might have too much on your plate right now. You might be too much in your head. There might be too much work that you have been taking on. You might be stressed for some reason. So they are asking you to find solitude. They are asking you to find that peace, that space where you can really connect with your inner wisdom, the wizard in you, right? So that you will find your way moving forward and allowing Spirit to actually do the job for you, and all you need to do is actually flow with it, is what I'm getting, okay? So we're going to go in depth with a little bit of tarot cards here. Excuse me. I'm just going to shuffle a couple of times. I have pre-shuffled these decks as well, but I do like to shuffle a little bit live on camera as well. So let's see what's going on here. Let's pull 4 tarot cards and see what additional messages we get for you guys today. The Queen of Wands. The 7 of Pentacles. The 3 of Cups. And the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Temperance, which is balancing. And I did have a feeling like you are not really in that balance right now, is what I feel. You might actually be imbalanced, which is meaning no balance at all. Or at least you could be balancing things better. So when I see the Queen of Swords, she is of course someone who is very intelligent, and she sees things clearly, but at the same time she can also be someone who actually is a little bit too much in her head, just to have that said. The Queen of Wands, however, is someone who is passionate, but she's kind of more into it with her inner emotions and with her intuitive self. And you have those on the outer sides here, and then you have 2 cards in the middle. The 7 of Pentacles is the card of you reap what you sow, or also a card of once you have sown something, you kind of wait for it to grow. So it can be a card of impatience. 3 of Cups is a card of collaboration. It's about friendship. It's about being social as well. So for me, when I put these cards together with the oracle cards that we have gotten so far, I do have a feeling that you might be impatient as to getting where you want to go. And that's why you are trying to make things, you know, happen in a certain way so that you will reach your goal. But what they're trying to tell you is that you're actually fighting upstream here. So you need to be patient, and you need to allow Spirit to actually do their job. Now the 3 of Cups is a card of socializing. Now it comes kind of underneath the card of solitude. So, and also we have the card of Temperance, which is balance. So are you balancing how much time you spend, you know, on being social and on also on being in solitude? Are you managing to balance that to the best for you? Because there is some sort of imbalance, or there is some sort of struggle happening here. That's kind of the energies I'm picking up on. Now the Queen of Wands telling me that you do have that insight, you do have that connection with your intuitive self, but for some reason you are in balance right now. So I do think that you're just trying too hard, that you're wanting things too much. You want to participate, you want to be social, you want to move forward, you want things to happen. And so you're actually, in that sense, hurting yourself and stopping yourself from moving forward. So it's kind of backwards a little bit. Okay, so that's kind of what I feel. Now, I do have a couple of other cards that I want to pull here. Let's see if there is some other guides or guidance that wants to talk to you today. Number 1. Let's see. I'll pull a couple cards from this. Let's see. Crystals, Epona. Okay. So crystals might be some way for you to connect inwards. It can also be that you need some sort of inner healing, and then crystals can be your way in to help with that. Epona, I don't know that much about. I can read in the book a little bit. In a second, I just want to pull the second card first. Now, Serapis Bay is here, and she said, or he says, go now. Okay. Bottom of the deck, flow of prosperity, Lakshmi. Okay. Now, Epona is someone I do not know so much about, so I'm actually do not want to say anything wrong to you. So I'm just going to very quickly read what it says here about Epona. Epona is the fairy queen who knows the value of connecting with the spirit of nature. Okay, so with that, I feel like they're encouraging you, as they say here, with the solitude and going into the flow. You find the flow in nature. So I don't know how much you have spent time outdoors lately. Are you in balance when it comes to that? So definitely an encouragement for more nature, for more connection to the natural realm, if you will. If it's animals, crystals, flowers, trees, you know, it can be anything that has connection to nature. Now, go now. It's actually kind of a conflicting a little bit about what I'm feeling that you need right now. So I want to really quickly read up about that too, because I want to understand why they are giving us conflicting information. Go now. Okay, let's see. It's time for you to go either away from a toxic, away from a toxic situation or towards something desirable. Okay, so now I get it. So there is something that you're doing to yourself here, or that something that's pulling away your attention, or you are giving your attention into something that is not serving you. That's not for your best interest, and that's why these two cards come up together, because they're asking you to withdraw from that toxic situation or way of living, or too much work, or it can be anything really in that sense. You have to adjust this to where you are, and they're asking you to spend more time in nature. I just need a sip of water, just a second. Okay, so that was that, and then I also want to draw a couple of cards from the Angel Prayers deck. Let's see if there is additional messages for you. Number one. Okay. Synchronicity. Thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. Okay, so it's about the trust as well, that they will do this for you. Focus your mind. Thank you, angels, for helping me to focus on my priorities. Exactly. So, bottom of the deck, balance. Again, thank you, angels, for bringing my life into balance. Yes, so that is exactly what they're saying. You are in balance, and you have to trust that they are the magic stream here. They will... things will unfold the way it's supposed to, but you kind of have to let it. You have to allow it to happen. So that's when the trust issue comes in, right? So the synchronicity, things will fall into place, and you have to trust that. I know it's hard when you really want something, and you're been waiting for a long time, or you hadn't invested a lot into something, but they are asking you to trust and to just go with the flow here, and it will happen for you. Focus your mind. Focus on your priorities. Exactly. Prioritize yourself and your health right now. Do not prioritize work, overwork, pushing things forward, because you need that solitude break, as I showed you here, right? You need the solitude, you need the break. You need to find the balance, as they've been saying all along. Okay? So to finish this, we're going to look at the feather that you chose together with your rose quartz. Now, rose quartz is, of course, a crystal of healing as well, especially connected with the heart chakra, which can be pink or green, but also a protective stone when it comes to energies. It's an all-round kind of stone. For me, it has also helped me sleep, if that's something you have issues with. So look into rose quartz since you picked this, okay? And see if that might be one of the crystals that they are telling you to maybe use more in your life. Now, you chose a blue feather. I also want to comment on the color blue. Blue is, of course, communication. And where are you focusing your communication right now? They have been asking you focus your priorities and maybe going more into solitude than being so social. So maybe not being as for a little while, allowing yourself to actually not communicate so much, but more be in your own solitude and communicate inwards is what I feel with that. Okay, so that was kind of my message. So let's see what the message is. Parrot. Let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It's time to embrace who you really are. Yeah. So with that, I also feel like this goes very well with this reading, because it has to do with other people's expectations as to you producing or you doing or you working. And what they're telling you is to let go of that. What they are expecting of you is not important. What you really want to do, that's what's important. And to find that out, you need to get into the flow. You need to be in solitude. You need to allow spirit to kind of take the wheel a little bit here and not fight upstream, like I said in the beginning. And also what they said here is wizard of awareness. So what I felt with that is that you have kind of this hidden wizard inside of you. But you're not allowing it to come forward because you as the ego mind are working upstream. But they're saying with the Wizard of Awareness and also with the Queen of Wands here that you are in connection with your intuitive self. And why are you not allowing your intuitive self and your higher self to guide you right now? So I do feel like you're overworked and you are pushing way too much energy out. You need that solitude. You need to get into the flow and time to embrace who you really are on your inner. Okay, so that's kind of what I feel here. Number one. Well, that's pretty much all I had for today. Number one. I hope this gave you something today. If you like the reading, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Click the bell if you've subscribed so that you get notified when I upload videos. And I hope to see you in my next reading, number one. And until the next time I see you. Bye. Okay, so we will remove these cards and make it ready for the next reading. Takes a little time in between today. There, okay, so number two, just going to remove these a little bit over here, make it look nice and neat on the table. We like it nice and neat. Okay. Okay, number two, so if you chose this blue quartz crystal, then this is the reading for you. I will put the crystal over here, so it will be part of your reading. And this card that you chose with a feather on it, we're going to look at that at the end today. So I am going to put that over here on the side, and we will look at that at the very end of the reading. Now, to begin with today, I'm going to choose 3 oracle cards, and we're going to sink into the energies of those 3. And I will then ask Spirit to guide us and to give us information as to what energies these 3 cards represent and the messages that they want to convey to you today. Number 2. Okay, so let's see what cards you get. You got the card Mountain, number 6. Solitude, number 13. And Ride the Wave, number 14. Interesting. Okay, so on the bottom of the deck, Deep Freeze, number 26. Okay, so I'll put that over there. And just give me a moment to sink down into the energies of this and to listen to the spirits to see if they have some messages for you, number 2. Okay, now I get it. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so what they're saying actually, if Muhammad won't come to the mountain will come to Muhammad. That's the first thing that I hear. there is something about being stuck, being not wanting to be social, not wanting to participate, not wanting to move forward, being scared to move forward. There is some sort of holding back and staying in solitude. It might have been that you needed that for a period of time, and you know, you have to take this as it resonates. Maybe you do need more time in that space of the solitude. But what they're telling you is that it's time now, or at least in the near future, to get out of your shell and to start riding the wave here. Because I feel like you have been in this deep freeze already. It's been frozen. It's been like, yeah, like you know, in the wintertime where the bear goes into its cave and it stays there until spring. And finally, you know, when things start melting, it comes out, and spring is here, and they start being active again. And so that's kind of what I feel with this energy here, is that you've been kind of a hermit. You've been stagnant. You have been quiet. You have not stepped out. You have not shown. You have not moved forward in a long time. And so they are telling you that either now or in the near future, you kind of need to step into this new. You kind of need to step into the passion, the drive, and actually ride the wave here. Okay, that's what they're saying. So I also want to pull some tarot cards. So just shuffle a little bit before we pull. Pull 4 tarot cards for you, and then of course we have some more oracle cards that we will also pull. But first some tarot cards to get into the depth here about the situation. Let's see. You got 2 of Swords, decision. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles, investing, starting anew. Yeah. 5 of Swords. It's been a struggle back and forth. What am I going to do? And the Chariot, moving forward like to ride the wave. Underneath the deck, 7 of Cups, choices, focus, possibilities, right? So it kind of tells the story here. Do you see that? 2 of Swords is a decision, and it's normally also in the original right away, this picture of a woman with blindfold. Like, I don't know which way to go here. I don't know which choice to take. You know, I don't know what path to move down, so I'm kind of just stuck here. 3 of Pentacles is about building anew, about cooperation, about starting something up. Now 5 of Swords is of course a struggle. It can be a struggle between people, but it's often also an internal struggle with your own ego, actually. Ego making up excuses, you know, making up stories and going back and forth. And the Chariot is, of course, the card of victory and moving forward and strength and power, you know. 7 of Cups, as you got here, is about choices and possibilities. And it's also about, you know, mind what you have your focus on. Because, as you know, what you focus on is what you get more of, right? So the energies you kind of focus on and get yourself drawn into is what you're going to get more of. So that's something to be aware of. But again, it tells the story of you in a struggle back and forth. Should I, shouldn't I? Should I invest? Should I move forward? And then you have chosen not to for now. And they're saying, go for it. It's the time now. Go for it. Okay. So let us pull some other cards here. There might be some ancestors or ascended masters that has some messages with these cards here, which are called Ascended Masters Oracle cards. So let's see if they have something to tell you here. So you got right, Toth, I guess. Yes, Toth. Right, okay, and then take charge of this situation, Moses. Exactly. So that's what they're asking you to do here. And choose peace. Now that name, Paramahansa Yogananda. So yes, choose peace, of course, always. But peace as in be done with the struggle, you know, be done with the arguments kind of peace, not staying in the solitude like the mountain here, is what I feel with that. And some of you might be writing, or some of you might be communicating, some of you might be working with videos on YouTube for all I know, or conveying what you what you are passionate about in a way to other people, whether it be acting, singing, writing, doing videos, you know, communicating in some way, shape or form. So maybe that's kind of what you have been not doing, what you have been afraid of stepping into, and that they're encouraging you to do. So that might be significant for some of you. They're definitely asking you to take charge of the situation, to move forward, ride the wave, the chariot. It's many cards here saying the same thing. So angel prayers cards as well. We're going to pull a couple of those before we look at the feather card that you got. And of course you chose the blue crystal as well, which is also communication chakra, you know. It is about speaking your truth, standing in your own truth. Dare to come out of that bubble of yours, right? So let's see what the angel prayers cards have to say for you today. Number 2, you have the divine physician, Archangel Raphael. Thank you, Raphael, for shining your divine light upon my healthy body. Okay, so that might be also one of the reasons why you have been in solitude also so long, is that there might have been something with health as well that kind of held you back. And now you're kind of afraid to move into this new because you're afraid maybe your health will deteriorate again. But I do feel with this card, they're saying that you shouldn't be afraid though. Yeah, things are going to work out this time. You're not going to have the same experience as last time where everything stopped up or where you got sick. Maybe because this time you're following your intuition. Honor your beauty, Archangel Jophiel. Thank you, Jophiel, for helping me discover my inner and outer beauty. Yeah, that might have been something as well, that you have been doubting yourself and your own beauty, not necessarily the outer, you know, body beauty, but more like your inner beauty, what makes you special, what makes you shine, you know. Maybe you have been doubting that's kind of good enough for everybody else, but that's with this card, they're saying that you are beautiful and that you should share. Now on the bottom of the deck, the miracle of forgiveness, Archangel Jeremiah. Thank you, Jeremiah, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. So there might be something that happened also in the situation here that has led you down a path of, well, maybe for some of you it has been a little bit of victimhood, especially if you've been feeling sick, or if there has something that happened that has left you very hurt. Maybe that was the 5 of Swords with an argument that left you hurt. And in that situation, you kind of have to let that go now if that's you. You have to forgive the soul of that human being. Doesn't mean you have to forgive what they did, but you forgive that soul of that human being because on a soul level, you agreed to this before you came. So give love to that other soul and forgive and move on. Move into this new you, to this beauty that you are going to shine out to everybody else through your communication. Now, let's look at your feather card here. A beautiful peacock feather. And again, I want to relate this peacock feather to this reading because the peacock is, of course, someone who shows off their beauty, right? And they're asking you to kind of do that here, and they're asking you to take charge of the situation, to ride the wave and to step into the chariot. So they're kind of asking you to be bold enough to show your own beauty here, okay? And that's kind of, you chose the blue crystal and you chose this feather right here, the peacock feather, and that tells me that it's time for you to communicate your beauty. Okay, let's see what it says. Peacock. Inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. Wow. Okay. That's exactly what's happening to you. You're coming out of this solitude situation here, moving into a space where you are seen, where you are heard, where you are doing, where you are creating, right? So watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. So they're telling you here that everything is going to work out just fine. You just have to take the first step here. You have to move into this. You're meant to move into this. You're meant to communicate. You're meant to take charge of the situation, to ride the wave, to ride the chariot, moving forward. And the chariot is a very victorious card. So I think the message is quite clear, number 2. Okay. Well, that's pretty much all I had for you today, number 2. I hope this made sense. I hope you liked the reading. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Now click the bell if you subscribe so you get notified every time I upload a video. If you don't click the bell, you won't get notified and you might miss some of my readings, okay? So with that being said, thank you so much for being here today, number 2, and I wish you the very best moving forward. Until the next time I see ya. Bye. Okay, so that was reading number 2. So we're going to prepare for reading number 3. Just have to put the cards right again so we can move over to number 3. Takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it. I think. Let's see, do this right. There, and then last card and the last crystal. There. Okay, number 3. So if you chose this green Aventurin crystal, then this is the reading for you. And I'm going to put the crystal over here so it will be part of your reading. And this beautiful feather card we're going to look at the very end. Okay, so I'm going to just put that over here for now. And we're going to pull 3 oracle cards today. That will be your kind of overall energy. And then we're going to open up for spirit to give messages to us. Wait, that was a bad shuffle. We're going to open up for spirit to give us messages today and to see what they have to tell you, number 3, on your journey moving forward here. So I hope you're all doing well out there. Thank you so much for joining me today in this reading. If you like what you see, please then hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. And share. Please share if you feel like somebody else could benefit from a reading, okay? So, with that being said, now let's get into your reading number 3. Let's see what you get today. Pull 3 oracle cards for you. Okay, let's see. You got Solitude. That card has popped up in all 3 readings today, just to have that said, but it's meant different things. Okay, let's see. Wide Open. Ah, okay. And the last card, Coming Apart. Oh, okay. Underneath the deck, Spark. Okay. Now, let me just sink into the energies of these cards and open up for spirit to communicate, and we will get into your reading number 3. Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, no, for some reason I'm hearing a song and I don't know really the lyrics of it. It's the only thing I'm hearing is With Arms Wide Open. I don't remember the name of the song. It goes, with arms wide open, but that's all I hear. So I don't know the name of the song. It's kind of a rock bandy. It's a man singing, but I don't remember the song. Please find that and look that up if you know what I mean. So anyways, that's kind of what I heard. And what they're telling me, okay, what spirit is showing me and telling me is that you are a very gentle soul. You are a very sensitive soul. Or sensitive human being. You are very empathic. You're very, you sense energies very easily. And because you are kind of this sensitive and pure energy, you also feel very much of the negativity and feel very much hatred and those kind of things. It gets very severe kind of on your physical form, on your inner energy. So it makes you very vulnerable, okay? And many people find vulnerability to be something negative. I find it to be extremely positive. And the reason why is because people like the vulnerable people like the empaths, people like the ones who actually feel love and energies the way we do as empaths. I believe they are the ones that's going to change the world in the future. That's my opinion. Now, I do believe that it has this vulnerability and this, being this sensitive has made you feel hurt in many different situations in life. And that has kind of pushed you a little bit into the hermit mode, into the solitude, into where you feel like you have to avoid people sometimes because it just gets too much. The energies gets too much, or you feel like people don't understand you, or you feel like people can be so hurtful or say hurtful things. So you kind of seclude yourself a little bit and say, you know what, nah, that's not for me. I'll rather stay here in my little bubble because that's safe and I don't want to get hurt anymore. And I get it. I totally get it. I'm the same. But listen, what they're saying here also is spark. So for me, that's an invitation to use your vulnerability into something that can spark a light in somebody else, or actually make others see the beautiful life that they are. Okay, so that is something that came to me. That's kind of what I'm hearing from Spirit. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull some more cards, and this time some tarot cards, and we're going to go into depth a little bit more about this situation. Shuffle a couple of times. Oh, bad shuffle again. I'm having trouble shuffling when you're number 3. I don't know why. Okay, let's see. Let's pull some cards. You got 3 of Wands. The World. Ace of Cups. Yeah. Strength. Bottom of the deck. Justice. Okay. So what I've been feeling here, the 3 of Wands is someone who is waiting for his ships to come in. They have invested something and they're standing on the shore, kind of passively kind of waiting for others to come in for the prosperity, or for something to come to them. Because they have already invested, they have already chased, they have already done, and now they're kind of waiting. And that's kind of what I feel with your solitude here. Now, with the World card is, it can be many things, the World card, but for you here, I feel like there is something that's coming to an end. That's something that's coming full circle, okay? It's happening whether you know it or not, is what I hear. Now, the Ace of Cups is, of course, emotions flows over. And that's, of course, what I said with you. You are such a sensitive, beautiful light being that, you know, I understand that your emotions are running high here. So what they're saying also is that you're stronger than you think here. You have the strength, you see. Even though it feels like you're coming apart, they say that you have the strength. And they're also showing you the Justice card, which is the balancing scales. So it's a balancing act, you know, when we're out among people. And we feel like we're getting hurt, or we feel like we're getting drawn into things, or we feel like the energies are terrible and we just want to crawl back home and into under the blanket and the sofa with a good hot cup of tea, you know. So I understand, but what they're saying here is that you kind of need to learn how to balance it, because we didn't come here just to our way through life on a pink cloud. We came here to experience how to be human, right? So you kind of have to get out there with other humans to be able to do that. So that's kind of what I feel like they're inviting you to do, saying the spark card here. And hopefully maybe this reading will give you that one spark to actually take that step and be bold, and to know that you have that strength to step in to the world again, is what I feel. Okay. Now I'm going to pull some more cards here from the Ascended Masters Oracle, and we'll see if there are some Ascended Masters or some additional messages here. So we'll pull a couple of those cards as well. Let's see. Find the blessings in your current situation, Krishna. Yeah. You see, there is a blessing in the fact that you are this vulnerable, that you are this empath, that you are. You might not see it yourself, and the people around you might not see it, but I see it. Spirit sees it. You know, God, the creator universe, sees it. So see it yourself as well. It's a blessing. Priorities, King Solomon. Yeah. You need to prioritize finding the balance. You need to prioritize you, of course, getting out of your bubble and into life again. Crystals. Yeah, there might be crystals that can help you along the way here. Now I'm noticing all the purple around here. So maybe purple crystals like the one I have over here, the amethyst, might be something that can help you. What you also chose, of course, is that you chose a green aventurin. You chose a green crystal, which goes to the heart, which goes to healing. And that's kind of what I feel as well, that you kind of need a little bit of healing here as well. So use the green crystals for healing, or pink, use the amethyst for communication up to spirit. And let yourself be healed and step into the strength. Step into this little spark. Okay? Now we're going to look also at angel prayers oracle cards for you, before we look at the last feather card that you pulled, or that you chose rather. Okay, let's see. I'll pull 2 of these cards as well. The miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. Okay, so I feel like nature might be something for you guys, that you replenish yourself in nature and that you get your energies up from nature. And that's kind of maybe where you have chosen to be in solitude as well, because you understand nature. Nature understands you, maybe also with animals. And what they're saying is definitely continue doing that. Definitely continue using nature as your part of your healing as well. And that's also with the green crystal that you chose, of course, significant for nature, right? Spirit animal. What did I say about animals just now? Thank you, Animal Kingdom, for blessing my path with love. Yes, you might be someone who's actually feeling like you get better along with animals than you get with people. And I get that when I see this. You know, I've been feeling the same way for years. When you are an empath, when you feel that much, animals, they understand. Animals, they just give unconditional love. People can be so difficult. I totally get it. I totally do. But they are encouraging you to move away also into the human world, not just with nature and animals. But of course, continue using animals and nature as your build-up, as your go-to place when you need to replenish, right? When you need to fill up that cup again. Now, underneath the deck, you got spiritual gifts. Archangel Raziel. Thank you, Raziel, for helping me channel my gifts and talents. Yeah, because I've been feeling all along that you're an empath, you see, and that it's a gift. You being wide open, you being this vulnerable, this open, this pure light, this empath. It's a gift. And you have to view it as such. And they're telling you right here that it is a gift. Okay? So now let's look at the feather card that you chose. Now you chose a yellow feather. Yellow is, of course, significant for the solar plexus chakra, which is your energy, which is your joy, right? And so what I feel is that you want to pull that joy towards you. You want to pull that energy towards you. You want to pull that spark towards you. But what they're saying is that you kind of already have that spark within you, but you just have to allow it to come out. You just have to allow it and dare to be strong, which they are saying that you are, and step into being social again, stepping into being a part of humanity again, not living in solitude. I also see above the King Solomon here, there's a yellow Merkaba. I just noticed that. So yellow might also be a color for you to look into, and also maybe yellow crystals, okay? Just to have that said. Now let's turn this over and see your last message, number 3. Canary. Step forward now and sing your song. There is a power in finding your voice. Exactly. That fits so perfectly with this reading, number 3. Step forward now. Sing your song. There is power in finding your voice. Exactly. Because you do have that spark. You do have that song. You have your own song. You have your own gift. You have your own special way of being, which is needed in this world. Your beautifully delicate and bright light is needed in the world, whether you feel it or not, or know it or not. Okay? So they're telling you that you need to find that voice and step out and do something about it, you know. You can't live in your own little bubble for the rest of your life. And even though I know how nice it is just to stay in nature and with animals, and that's safe, and they understand you, and you know, everything just flows, we're not meant to do that here. We're meant to be part of the human world as well. It's kind of why we chose to become a human, is to experience how it is to be a human. Okay? So that's what they're saying. You have the strength. You have the gift. You're a huge and pure light. Now shine that light on the world. Make that spark of yours grow into something stronger and even more beautiful. Okay? So that's pretty much all I had for you, number 3. I hope this made sense, and I hope you liked the reading. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't, and click the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And I wish you the very best moving forward, number 3. Until the next time I see you.